Hello, people. It's me, Lumi, with my trusty Grouse partner.
Grouse.
And I'm here for my first album review, and it's of Trooper Salute's debut album, Tomodachigaimashita. Trooper Salute's an indie pop and rock band hailing from Japan, and from what I know, they have been fairly popular in the Japanese indie scene for quite some time. I've been introduced to them through a friend of mine shortly after their second EP, and she got me really excited to check their music out after she called them a modern-day Advantage Lucy, since Advantage Lucy are one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, I remember you cried to Advantage Lucy's Fanfare album in your room for over half of its runtime, and yet you still listen to that album all the time. Don't you have anything better or more emotionally healthy for yourself to do?
Uh, no, no I don't. Anyways, after listening to Trooper Salute, I definitely understood the comparison, and their second EP especially really blew me away, and I was really excited when they announced their debut album shortly after. And seeing that it would come out in June, I thought to myself that this album could be a great pick for my first review, since that was when I planned on coming back to YouTube.
Wow, your first review and it's a Japanese band. You're such a weeb.
Hey, shut up! Anyways, I was expecting some great things from this album, and it not only reached, but it surpassed my expectations. Like when I first heard the lead single, the second track, I thought it was pretty cool. But listening to it in the context of the album, it's a mind-blowing cut. It's a glitch pop song with some warm guitars and a very emotional vocal performance that at this point makes it impossible for me not to tear up to.
God damn it, you teared up to this too? You need help.
Well, it's a very emotional album, not only in its very sweet sound, but also in its lyrics, which translating it from Japanese seems to be mostly about the friendship that's met a sad end. Another thing I want to praise is that this album is filled with some amazing crescendos throughout, like on the opener, which starts off small with its marching drums, but you can tell it's gonna build to something beautiful, and it really does.
So the album is crescendo core, got it.
Well, no. Not every song that has a crescendo is crescendo core. Don't act like an annoying rate your music user.
Within us too, you are the one that has an RYM account, not me.
Um, yeah, I can't argue with that. Anyways, this album seems to take some small influence from jazz too, mainly in tracks 3 and 4, with track 3, Tsutsunuke, having some erratic sax lines throughout, and track 4, Yodaka, starting off with some mildly jazzy pianos and drums. This one also I think has the catchiest chorus on the album and the amazing synth line kicking in at the second verse leading to a larger second chorus is pure ecstasy and makes it another personal favorite for me. Track 5 is Holy Night, which lives up to its title as the atmosphere of the song really feels like the night sky and all the instruments feel like stars, and it's lovely for that. Track 6 is Rachi that starts off with kind of an unsettling intro with some dark synths and dissonant strings, but quickly bursts into the grandest song on the album so far with some gorgeous orchestration that remains beautiful throughout. The first half of the album is basically perfect to me, and the album continues to be great into the second half even with some minor missteps. Track 7, Throw-In, has some catchy melodies and beautiful pianos, but I really am not a fan of how unenthused the male vocalist for this song sounds, especially on the chorus, and that does leave me kind of cold to this song.
Can't be as unenthused as I am to be in this review. If I have to be here for the rest of your reviews, I will be revolting.
Well anyways, then comes track 8, Shaban, which kind of is an all-over-the-place song. It starts off with a fairly instrumentally scant intro that feels like singing in an empty street, but suddenly gets interrupted by some very noisy guitars that lead to a fast and erratic part that feels like riding a bike to me for some reason. Then it comes back to the empty street part again, and everything happens once more, which does feel a little repetitive. However, the second time the fast section comes around, the instrumental there is legitimately amazing, so it's worth it. Then comes track 9, which kind of brings in some stargazing-like vibes, and it has some of the loveliest vocals on the album, and is another track that has genuinely made me tear up. God damn it, you're teared up to this too? You need help. Then comes Utopia, which is basically an interlude that is kind of a palate cleanser before we're hit with the two most emotionally strong songs on this album. First of which being the title track, which feels like two people singing in the night next to the sea, and its beauty is really hard to put into words. And I can say the same thing about the closing track too, and these two songs are just so gorgeous, you have to hear them for yourself. And yes, the final song has also made me tear up. And yeah, overall, this album is a lovely, gorgeous, lovely album. It's sweet, it's catchy, it's emotional, it's everything you could really want in music. And besides the song Throw In, I don't think there's much I can complain about within it. I'd highly recommend this to everyone, especially fans of indie pop and rock. If you're into stuff like Advantage Lucy and Bed Cover, you'll definitely dig on this thing. And now, Grouse, you wanna know why I called you for this review? Why? Well, you have various forms you can shapeshift into, right? Yeah? Well, I figured all your forms could be different tiers for albums. The Sky form could be the top tier, the Fiery form could be the great tier, the Luminescent form could be the good tier, your normal self could be the average tier, the Watery form could be the not for me tier, and the Curse form could be the I hate this tier. And I could have you transform into the form reflecting my opinion at the end each time. What do you say? Sure. Okay then. Well, I think this album is great, so I want you to turn to your fiery form. Can you do that? Thank you. So yeah, I will need you for every review since this so that you can transform at the end of each one. Wait, what? Yeah, this is the start of Lumi and the Grouse's album reviewing journey. Are you excited? Um, I don't. Great. So yeah, y'all, this album I'm giving the Fiery Grouse tier, and will have tier meanings in my description every video for context. That's all. Bye. Um, wait, help. Bye.